Alright, so here we go with the WZ-11111. It's very basically an IS-8. The Chinese one, the copy pasta tank, if you want to say it like that. It's slightly different though, because in my opinion, it's more like, well, if you say the IS-8 is like a medium-heavy tank, then this is even more medium than a heavy tank. I think it's a little bit more mobile, but in sacrifice of that, the frontal armor of the hull is non-existent. Like, even the upper front plate, even though it looks like it's really nicely angled and soft stats say, yeah, there's actually a little bit of armor there, I get penned there all the time. Like front armor by tier 7 heavy tanks, right here, all the time. So, I'm not sure about the armor here. So, obviously, no armor at all at the front. Side armor is pretty nice to troll some people. You can side scrape in this quite nicely. Not against a tier 10 tank destroyer most of the times, but against something like a tier 8, tier 9 tank, it works very well. 130mm gun here with very good damage, very high pen. Don't really need a lot of heat, I'm only packing 4. Equipment wise, the usual stuff, word stab, optics and rammer for me because well, the usual things, and of course optics because I'm up on the front and I'm most of the time spotting for myself. Now, usual tactic here for Westfield for myself is go to the town and be very aggressive about that. I always see a lot of people go up the north. I think you'll only need a few tanks up there to hold the enemies, and that's about it. And the true battle is decided through the town, really. Because if the other side, for example, if the other team gets a tank destroyer over here, tank destroyer can easily maintain the field, maintain the power on the field, can shoot medium tanks that try to come up. And once that's taken, he can go up over here. Let's zoom out a little bit over here and snipe the snipers on the hill. So if that position is taken, the entire other flank is fallen and will die. So what you want to do is spot them early, see what's coming up. As you can see here, being a little bit more cautious now that I've been spotted. Apparently nobody cares. So I'm able to take a really nice shot at the turret of the Conqueror, thanks for that. And now this is something really important. The Conqueror now knows where I am. You saw that, he was reversing and coming down because he saw me now, obviously. He was shot by me and he knows the direction. Now what you want to do is relocate quickly because you don't want to stay at the same spot now and go somewhere else. Now when you look at the terrain here, the rear, there's something really nice about Westfield. It goes slightly downwards, which improves the speed you can build up quite significantly. Well, not the speed itself, but the acceleration. Now, still kind of curious about what's in front of me and that shot moment. Obviously, a tank destroyer is actually there. However, delicious. Show me that lower front plate, please. Now, this is important. The WZ-111 can't really deal with mediums right now. The mediums here are safe now. Well, as safe as it can be. At least the WZ-111 won't shoot. Trying a little blind shot over there. Snapshotting, not really working with this tank. At least not at that distance. Accuracy is subpar at least. With the new accuracy patch, subpar. Now, going up again, what I really need to do now, because it's basically the only tank up north, still playing around with the WZ-111 a little bit, is get the control over the city. Because there's nobody in the lower paths of the city, but basically the whole enemy team is up there. I had 2 tanks with me down here. Now there comes in the E5, obviously he's close to me, he could spot me, he could shoot me, and I prepare for that. However, I realize he's going for the scout for some reason and giving me perfect shots at his side armor, back armor. There we go. Hello. Thanks for this. Much appreciated. Note, he doesn't even spot me. Nice little shot of his rear armor. Doesn't even spot me. Now spotted. Moving the hell out. He saw me. He's coming for me now. But by now I'm full health. He is not looking good. I'm not spotted anymore. Getting another nice little side shot of. Not getting spotted this time around. And just take him out. Snapshotting. There we go. Since you saw right there, I did the same thing I did before. Kind of relocating all the time. Even if it's only a small path you take. If you stay on the same spot, it's rather easy. It's like the thing, like kind of a mental thing. You see an enemy tank, and then your memories helps you. Like for example, if I would stay here all the time, you wouldn't know where I am. You see this. Let's say you see this. Well, when you're aiming, you will probably see this, plus my silhouette. Then you know there's a fence. You know there is a fence. You know there's a building. You know that there are more buildings around. At least good players will know this. Take notice of this. So you don't want to do that. I know where I am, and since I can see you, I also know where you are. But if I keep moving around and you all the time, you just don't know where I am. But I can expect where you are coming from if you're unspotted. For example, the T-110. I can expect where you are, you can expect where I am, and that is a huge bonus. At least in one-on-one battles, even in several versus one battles. It's always best if you know the ground and the enemy doesn't. Now, as you can see, I'm trying to get the Conqueror, trying to still pick on the northern group. As you can see, my team's currently getting wasted over in the north a little bit. Still holding themselves quite nicely. But really, they can't really hold them off. I'm trying to get the Jagdpanzer 100 here. Now I realize he's not there anymore, so I make a little mistake here. I wait a little bit, get spotted, then that was important. If you didn't see that, basically what I did was I drove over here, tried to use the fence to be held down and shoot one of these guys, which are obviously not in range, which I couldn't see, obviously. So then I decided, alright, drive further. I was spotted there, and I saw that. And then I did a really terrible mistake. I stopped one more time before going around the corner, giving the IS-3 the time to pre-aim. And this is what happens. I don't have the time to pre-aim anymore because I have to get the hell out of there. There's still threats over there. I can't risk taking anything but a snapshot at this point. Because what could have happened if I would have waited to fully aim in is the 5100 comes up, bails me out. If he's fully clipped, I don't know if his clip is full or not. He can really do a lot of damage with that. There's no armor here. Unless he hits the turret, I'm wasted by that. So trying now to hold down, I realize this is not going well. I have the AMX 5100 next to me over there. I have many enemy tanks over there. The entire team in the north is now dead, aside from the T-110 and the WT Panzer IV. So I'm just trying to relocate right now, getting myself out of the trouble, getting myself out of the front or rear of the battle, just trying to completely reassign my position. Now, as you can see here, Lorraine tries to flank him. There we go. Something you have to keep in mind. Like right now, our positions aren't really good. If you can see this, T-110 is already quite well damaged. We have a Jagdpanzer IV, which is basically a useless tank right now, unless he's a good player. We got a Batshit down there, an AMX 5100 booth, already 50% damaged. Oh no, not that great position, especially with the T-100, Jagdpanzer 100 here, the 5100 here, T-54E1, most likely spotting them all the time. So what you want to do in this position, where basically the only tanks I can currently rely on are the T110 and the WT, is focus your group. You want to be on the same flank, you want to be fighting the same enemies at once. Try to get as many guns as possible on a single enemy. Now here you can see Conqueror. I have to fight him now. Repairing my ammo rack here, much more important than the tracks. Because I still have the hit points, I can take a few shots. Taking another shot, didn't get the dodge right. Taking him out. This is basically the reverse of what I just said. Because I took a lot of damage by doing that, but I also took out one of their tier 9 tanks, and a big one. The Conqueror is a really great tank. Even if someone doesn't really know how to play this game, and it's like its first tier 9, like, we all were there once, and we didn't really know everything. So, even then, the Conqueror is quite nasty. It can do really a lot of damage. Like, you can see it down here, 450 damage, and you don't really have to aim. That thing has a lot of pen. So taking him out was important. Also important because he was the only one really caring about the city. Like, if you could see this, Tiger 2 came here once, T110 came here once because they were after the scout and then decided to go to the city. However, the Conqueror has been here all the time. Now that he's gone, the city's basically taken and we can focus on the north, focus on the south, take our picks on what to charge and attack. And obviously what I want to do now is help the T110. I'm not sure about it. If he's a good player, he can take that object 7-4 no problem. As you can see, I'm kind of inconsistent. I don't know what I want to do, because right now there's a lot going on. We got the north, which is basically overrun by now. I'm thinking, alright, this T110 needs help now. He can't one-shot the object, so I'm going now. However, luckily for me, WT, the bike there, the little waffle trigger, is doing a nice job sniping. And one can say, what's he doing back there? How can he dare to snipe all of us are getting butchered on the front lines? Waffle triggers are supposed to be up front. They're supposed to be in the back sniping. Hey, when even I say that, then there's some truth in that. As you can see, taking on another tank. At this point of the battle, where we are lower numbers than the enemy is, it is really important to take out as many tanks as you can. It's basically about the kills now. If we can manage to even out the numbers, then we have a good chance of actually winning this. As you can see here, this is a really terrible mistake I do, and I'm really lucky right now. As you can see, here's where I'm spotted, here's where the WZ-111 is spotted too. And that happens. He has a really bad RNG and just misses me completely. I'm really lucky for that. Meanwhile, he's again having bad luck. I am lucky. Taking a snapshot on the move, hitting him for another nice little bit of damage. That was really unlucky by him and really lucky for me. That basically saved us the game here, I would assume, because T-54 is down to half. WT on the front lines is dead. Like seriously, as soon as this tank is getting to the front lines, it's a dead tank. It can't do anything on the front lines. As you can see, because of that, now I'm trying to get around, help the waffle trigger. T-32 now has view on the waffle trigger, I think. A little leg here. So what he's probably trying to do now, yeah, there we go. Waffle trigger fired. Now spotted by T-32. There's no armor on the waffle trigger. So I see here, nice little shot at the 5100. He misses, because I'm already behind the hill again. Something you want to do with this tank, because the reload on this tank is really slow. I think it's about 12 seconds. So you want to peek around the corner, shoot, and get the hell out of there again. And what I just did there was dumb to some degree, but clever in another way, because the T-32 has to die. Like I said, we're now 3-4, and we need to take these tanks out. And basically, I took that damage risk because I wanted him gone. Currently, we got the T-32, the 5100, and the WZ-111 up here. T-54 E1 hasn't moved all that much, and he's probably still somewhere down there. Panzer E100, I assume by now that he's around here. So basically somewhere over at the ridge line, so I'm carefully trying to peek and spot him. So if we take out these two tanks up there, and they are both now one-shots because I took the risk of taking the damage from the T-32, we can take these out. And here, getting a nice little side shot on the Panzer 100. He doesn't spot me, which is really nice. But, however, reload's too slow. As I said, reload on this tank's like 12 seconds, I think, and not getting shot off. Now I'm reloading heat for this one. I really want this skin. If the Panzer 100 is taken out, that's basically it. That's basically it. That's the win for us. A really nice player by the T-54 here. I'm not sure if he planned that.
5 minute warning. 5 minute warning.
Yeah, thanks. Is it gone? There, it's gone. 5 minute warning. As you can see, I'm trying to get the T-32 right now, because I'm not sure if the waffle trigger is reloaded. The T-32 will reload faster, so in that case, I must kill this tank. He must be gone, because otherwise I have tanks in my back and they'll just come down and kill me. But also, I don't think that's planned by the T-54 right now, but he's down there, giving me the opportunity to shoot the Panzer 100. Reacting immediately, the old threat is gone, new threat over there. Getting my shot off, taking out the Panzer 100. And then we can go... Oh, actually, before that, the AMX 5400 had died already. I didn't really see that because the minimap add-on is currently bugging out. The whole replay does. Oh well. And that's basically it. The rest of the game is pretty basic. I'm getting my last kill here for the Top Gun. I must assume T-54 has killed Loader or damaged Amarak, because I get the kill here. Yep. That's the WZ-111, ladies and gentlemen. No armor at all, but hell, this gun is just beast. The gun alone just killed stuff so nicely. Like, take a look here. What's the average damage again? 490 average damage. I think the lowest I've gotten was something above 400, maybe 390. For 300, let's see, what's the lowest I got here? Well, not counting the stupid shots here or killing shots. 440 was the lowest I got here. Probably more if I would have a look at it. Less if I have a look at it again. I think about 390 is the lowest you can get out of my hand. And the highest you can get is 500 and something. 500 damage with a single shell is really nice on tier 9. It does a lot. 12 seconds reload, 13 maybe. I can't remember that correctly right now. It's also not nice. It takes a lot of time to reload, but jeebus, when you shoot, you hit hard. And that feeling is just really nice. And because of that, and because it plays like a medium, so I was constantly moving around like a medium tank, trying to flank, trying to get the better position. Not always working, of course. I'm not that good. But it's basically that. You have a medium tank with a 130mm gun. What do you want to do? You're always up front. You always deal a lot of damage because the gun itself already does a lot of damage, and while your armor is not good, you have 1,850 hit points and a little bit of troll armor, and if you're careful, you probably net about 2,000 damage each game, like on average. Obviously, there are games where you just die instantly because of some RNG rule. But even then, a good player can easily get a 2,000 damage average with this tank. It's not a problem. Not a problem at all. That's awesome. I mean, I just grinded the entire line, the entire tank in the last few days easily by that, because you're always up front, you always do a lot of damage, so you always get experience points. It's just awesome. As a tank, it's awesome. I can't say anything against that. Like, armor is weak. Like if you got several tanks in front of you, even tier 7s, don't attack them alone. Unless you're hull down or side scraping or they're mentally have mental problems, slight disadvantage in their heads, then you're probably fine. Aside from that, you should never attack anything that is a group of enemies with this tank. You're probably gonna die. Everything pens this tank. Well, WZ-1111111, IS-82, or however you want to call it. I freaking love this tank.